Clubz, it's Miss Puglisi reporting to you live from my bedroom. We're back for another session of the one and only Ivan, and I'm so excited to read with you today because I think you're really going to love what we read. We learn a lot more about Stella, Bob, and Ivan, and I'm very, very excited. So let's dive right back in. We are on page 30. It's titled Stella's Trunk. Stella's trunk is a miracle. She can pick up a single peanut with elegant precision, tickle a passing mouse, tap the shoulder of a dozing keeper. Her trunk is remarkable, but still it can't unlatch the door of her tumble-down domain. Circling Stella's legs are long ago scars from the chains she wore as a youth. Her bracelets, she calls them. When she worked at the famous circus, Stella had to balance on a pedestal for the most difficult trick. One day, she fell off and injured her foot. When she went lame and lagged behind the other elephants, the circus sold her to Mac. Stella's foot never healed completely. She limps when she walks, and sometimes her foot gets infected when she stands in one place for too long. Last winter, Stella's foot swelled to twice its normal size. She had a fever, and she lay on the damp, cold floor of her domain for 5 days. They were very long days. Even now, I'm not sure she's completely better. She never complains, though, so it's hard to know. At the Big Top Mall, no one bothers with iron shackles. A rope tied to the bolt in the floor is all that is required. They think I'm too old to cause trouble, Stella says. Old age, she says, is a powerful disguise. I like Stella. I think she's super funny and super sassy. And she's been through a lot. We know that about her based off of what she had to do at her last home, which was at the circus. I feel really empathetic for her because I know when you hurt your leg, it can hurt really badly. And if it's not taken care of the right way, it can hurt for your whole life. I'm excited to see what trouble she may be getting into. Page 32, a plan. It's been 2 days since anyone's come to visit. Mac is in a bad mood. He says we are losing money hand over fist. He said he's going to sell the whole lot of us, meaning he's going to sell every one of them. When Thelma, a blue and yellow macaw, demands, "Kiss me, big boy," for the 3rd time in 10 minutes, Mac throws a soda can at her. Thelma's wings are clipped so that she can't fly, but she still can hop. She leaps aside just in the nick of time. "Pucker up," she says with a shrill whistle. So Thelma is a blue and yellow parrot, and she's being a little sassy to Mac, and I don't think he likes it. Mac stomps to his office and slams the door shut. I wonder if my visitors have grown tired of me. Maybe if I learn a trick or two, it will help. Humans do seem to enjoy watching me eat. Luckily, I am always hungry. I am a gifted eater. A silverback must eat 45 pounds of food a day if he wants to stay a silverback. 45 pounds of fruit and leaves and seeds and stems and bark and vines and rotten wood. Also, I enjoy the occasional insect. I am going to try to eat more. Maybe then we will get more visitors. Tomorrow I will eat 50 pounds of food. Maybe even 55. That should make Mac happy. Just hearing Ivan say that really makes me think that he does care for Mac, even though his circumstances aren't the best. He does want to make Mac happy, so there has to be some type of relationship there, some type of love there. Page 34, Bob, for all my friends that said Bob was their favorite. I explained my plan to Bob. Ivan, he says, trust me on this one. The problem is not your appetite. He hops onto my chest and licks my chin, checking for leftovers. Bob is a stray, which means he does not have a permanent address. He is so speedy, so willy, that mall workers long ago gave up trying to catch him. Bob can sneak into cracks and crevices like a tracked rat. He lives well off the ends of hot dogs he pulls from the trash. For dessert, he laps up spilled lemonade and splattered ice cream cones. So I love Bob because he is a stray. He must have found his way into that mall and they could have never gotten rid of him. And now he's just like, this is my home. I've tried to share my food with Bob, but he is a picky eater and says he prefers to hunt for himself. Bob is tiny, wiry, and fast, like a barking squirrel. He is nut-colored and big-eared. His tail moves like weeds in the wind, spiraling and dancing. So that was really awesome personification because they talk about his tail moving like weeds in the wind, spiraling and dancing. And I could just close my eyes and picture Bob as this tiny, wiry, fast, skinny, nut-colored, big-eared dog. Bob's tail makes us dizzy and confused. It has meanings within meanings like human words. I am sad. I am happy. It says, beware, I may be tiny, but my teeth are sharp. Gorillas don't have any use for tails. Our feelings are uncomplicated. Our rumps are unadored. Bob used to have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Humans tossed them out of a trunk onto the freeway when they were a few weeks old. Bob rolled into a ditch. The others did not. And as we can already tell, all 3 of our main characters, Ivan, Bob, and Stella, have suffered some type of trauma or some type of hard life. So I think that's something that they share that helps them have a really strong bond. Bob's first night on the highway, he slept in the icy mud of a ditch. When he woke, he was so cold that his legs would not bend for an hour. The next night, Bob slept under some dirty hay near the Big Top Mall garage bins. The following night, Bob found the spot in the corner of my domain where the glass is broken. I dreamed that I'd eaten a furry donut, and when I woke in the dark, I discovered a tiny puppy snoring on top of my belly. Bob seems very courageous because I don't know about you, but I would not sleep on a gorilla's belly. It had been so long since I felt the comfort of another's warmth that I wasn't sure what to do. Not that I hadn't had visitors. Mac had been in my domain, of course, and many other keepers. I'd seen my share of rats zip past, and the occasional wayward sparrow had fluttered in through the hole in my ceiling. But they never stayed long. I didn't move all night for fear of waking Bob. Page 37. Once I asked Bob why he didn't want a home. Humans, I'd noticed, seemed to be irrationally fond of dogs, and I could see why a puppy would be easier to cuddle with than, say, a gorilla. Everywhere is my home, Bob answered. I am a wild beast, my friend, untamed and undaunted. I told Bob he could work in the show like Snickers, the poodle who rides on Stella. Bob said Snickers sleeps in a pink pillow in Mac's office. He said she eats foul-smelling meat from a can. He made a face. His lips curled, revealing tiny needles of teeth. Poodles are parasites. That's not true. We love all types of dogs. Picasso. Mac gives me a fresh crayon, a yellow one, and 10 pieces of paper. Time to earn your keep, Picasso, he mutters. I wonder who this Picasso is. Does he have a tire swing like me? Does he ever eat his crayons? So we all know who Picasso is, and Picasso was a famous painter, but I don't think Ivan knows. I know I have lost my magic, so I try my very best. I clutch the crayon and think, I can scan my domain. What is yellow? A banana. I draw a banana. The paper tears, but only a little. I lean back, and Mac picks up the drawing. Another day, another scribble. He says, 1 down, 9 to go. What else is yellow, I wonder? Scanning my domain, I saw another banana. And then I draw 8 more. Page 40, our last page. 3 visitors. 3 visitors are here. A woman, a boy, and a girl. I strut across my domain for them. I dangle from my tire swing. I eat 3 banana peels in a row. The boy spits at my window. The girl throws a handful of pebbles. Sometimes I'm glad the glass is there. The next page seems interesting, so I'm going to just sneak in one more page. My visitors return. After the show, the spit pebble children come back. I display my impressive teeth. I splash in my filthy pool. I grunt and hoot. I eat and eat and eat some more. The children pound their pathetic chests. They toss more pebbles. Slimy chimps, I mutter. I throw a me-ball at them. Sometimes I wish the glass were not there. And we remember what meatballs are from Ivan from a couple of our last books sessions with Ivan. So let's recap what we read today. Ivan has such a good personality, and so do all of his friends. We also learned that they all have some type of hard struggle that they've dealt with in their life that made them who they are today. Ivan, we're not too sure what happened to him, but we know he's living in a situation that isn't the best for his type of animal. Stella got hurt at her circus position, and now she walks with a limp. And Bob is a stray who was thrown away by humans when he was just a baby. But they all have each other, and I think that's something that's going to be a lasting bond throughout this book is friendship. We all have friends, and we have family that help us get through bad days. And it's nice to know that Ivan has that too, because I'm really starting to love him and really starting to care for him and his feelings. But I can tell he can fend for himself. He was sassy to those people that were watching him through the glass, and I think that's a really cool thing about him. He tries not to harp on the bad, but he can be funny at times. So tune in tomorrow for our next session of The One and Only Ivan. Remember to fill out the Google form below if you are in my classroom, and follow me on Instagram at Miss Pugz with a Z for more information on what's going on in my online classroom and my in real life classroom. And make sure to follow our YouTube channel for updates on when the next book session is uploaded. I'll see you tomorrow.